You know what you should do? You should follow me on Twitter at Bromo018. Link in the description. Do it now. Hello everyone, welcome back to our Ajax career mode series on FIFA 19. Episode 51 we are now up to now, and if you'd have checked out the last episode, if you haven't, first of all, go and have a look at that one before coming on to this one. But if you did, you will remember that we had just gone through the winter break from December to January, got a good 4 or 5 weeks off, which is always good to get the players refreshed, recharged and ready to go again ahead of a real crunch period, because as you can see, we've got 4 games here, including the likes of Feyenoord and also AZ Alkmaar, and then we go straight back into Feyenoord in the quarter-final. We got Utrecht, then we got Villarreal in the round of 16 of the Champions League. So we've got a real, big set of fixtures coming up, and it's going to be very, very important that we can stay on top of it. So, we've got 4 games to go to today. We're still in transfer window as well, so bear that in mind. There could be some big moves coming. Hopefully not, though. I want it to be pretty quiet, to be honest with you. Don't really want to sell anyone, and, I see no reason to sign anyone, because we've got just such a good thing going at the moment. So, hopefully that can stay on the down low. First of all, we got this Willem game, and we are simulating this one. And as you can see by the lineup, lots of changes, 10 changes from the previous game. We're trying to, bear in mind the fact that we got a game against Feyenoord in a couple of days. So want people to be as fresh as possible for that going into it. So lots of changes, and hopefully we can maintain our unbeaten record. A quick look at the league table for you before we do get into it. Currently 11 points clear of PSV and AZ Alkmaar. AZ Alkmaar have played 1 game more as well. So again, it's looking decent, to be honest. Still only 7 goals conceded. And the next best team is 14, PSV and Feyenoord, who of course we have got in this episode. So we'll see how that one goes. And obviously the most important thing of all that, other than the point, is the fact that we haven't lost any games. So hopefully we can maintain that today. So we're going to sim this one and see where we can get. Of course, we did play them in the last episode, played them in the cup as well. Oh my word, we just lost our unbeaten record. So much for that. So much for that. As I was talking about it, I was going to say we just smashed them in the last episode, 4-0 in the cup. We sim this game and we lose, and the unbeaten record is gone. Some of you might be thinking, well, you simmed it, you did ask for it, but at the end of the day, that was part of the reason why we are simming games, because we want more of a challenge, because I just seem to be winning pretty much every game when I'm playing them. So if you sim them, you've got that more of a challenge. So that is disappointing for sure. Would have preferred it if we'd have lost at least the unbeaten record. Well, if we hadn't have lost it, to be honest. But there you go. So a bit of a shock to start the episode, and hopefully that's not a sign of things to come, because of course we've got big games coming, and we don't want to hit a bad form now as we enter this real tough and busy period with big games. So we're going to see how this one plays out. But disappointing, shocking start to the episode. And next up with Feyenoord, we hopefully we can turn that one around, because we, as I say, we don't want this to turn into a bad period of form. As you can see in the top left, by the way, a little piece of news information: Matteo Cassiera is leaving, going to Real Oviedo. His contract expires at the end of the season, so he will be joining them on our Bosman come the end of the year. So never mind, not too bothered about that one. He can't break into the team. But as that happens, we move on to this big game, big derby game at home at the Johan Cruyff Arena, and we're going to bring in all the big guns now for this. Van Drongelen and Fosu Mensah at the back. Tagliafico and Hakimi will return as well. Daley Blind will come out for Mike Peters, who is now ever present in this team. Hakim Ziyech will make way for Donny van der Beek, who's having a brilliant time of it, brilliant form at the moment, as is Tyne Koopmeiners, who returns to the team. Up front, Danjuma Groeneveld will return, as will David Neres, and as will Moran Boadu as well. So, disappointing start. Hopefully we can make amends. next time around. If I have a look at the bench here, just try and mess about with it a bit. Can bring him in, we can bring him in, bring Tadic onto the bench as well. And we're going to go with that. So this is what the lineup looks like. It's very much been the mainstay at the moment when we're looking for the best, you know, sort of set of players out of the lot. This is really what we do tend to go with. So hopefully this is enough to get back to winning ways today as we kick off our run of highlight games against Feyenoord. So without further ado, let's begin.
Alan Smith alongside me, Martin Tyler, and a big welcome to you to this match. The match today is Ajax, and they will play Feyenoord. It does look, Alan, as though it is going to continue to be a one-horse race, but we shouldn't stop praising them because they've been excellent.
Well, what I've been impressed with is the way that they've kept the focus despite this big gap. They've not rested on the laurels and heading towards being champions.
Come on then, guys. Big derby game today. Can we get all 3 points and return to winning ways? Good play. Neres. Going to look to drive it across. Finds Bawadu. Bounces for Koopmeiners. Simple save for the keeper, really.
Good width in the attack here, looking for a cross at the end of it.
Good build-up play from Feyenoord. They're remaining calm at the moment. We can't seem to get the ball off them. He'll go for goal. Oh my word, that was rifled in. It's reminiscent of that overpowered lazy shot from the AI that does us over so many times. Certainly does me over. And on the stroke of the 40-minute mark, we find ourselves 1-0 down at home. It's a shock lead for Feyenoord, really, when you think about it. Considering it's the only 8th goal we scored this season, and even in slow motion, it just goes so fast. There's nothing Kontinuum can do about that. We've got to be disappointed with the fact that we're not marking tight enough. We're not closing it down as soon as you get the ball. You don't want them to have that time and that space to get that shot away. So that's disappointing. And I've got to say, we haven't played as well as we usually do. And we find ourselves 1-0 down as a result. And that's half time. And we go in 1-0 behind. And we've got to say, it hasn't been the best of performances from us. We haven't quite showed that desire, that cutting edge. We look a little bit out of it, to be honest with you. Koopmeiners going to have to take him off. He is injured, and he's just not recovering from it, and it's certainly showing. We're going to bring on Hakim Ziyech. We'll swap those two around, bring Van der Beek into that more box-to-box role. We certainly need to wake up a little bit. As I say, just not happening. As you can see, nothing to show you guys, really. Not a lot of chances, and it's been a disappointing first half. And we need to show more determination, a bit more grit in the second half.
Quick-witted.
Oh, it's got to be a foul, referee. No, he doesn't call it. I think that's a foul. It's a good save from Onana. Bad decision from the ref. Got to call the free kick there. Oh, Neres has run it back into a brilliant position here, and he should have the beating of this defender. Why is he not blitzing past him? He's got it to Bawadu. Oh, it's a great save from the keeper. Finally, we have a decent, clear-cut chance to take positives from. Neres will come over to take this corner. Fosu-Mensah on the end of it. Comes out to Van Drongelen. Out to Ziyech on his right foot. Oh, poor. Peter's got Ziyech in space. Ziyech has got Groeneveld, and it's a great opportunity. Why is he taking it on his left? He hits the bar and goes out for a goal kick. I don't know why he took that on his left foot. I've come onto his right. He's controlled it with his... Well, he should have controlled it with his right. And it's all wrong. It's all wrong. We're going to make another sub here. He can come off, actually. We can bring on El Shaarawy. It's just not happening for us at the moment. And it looks like we could struggle to score.
With this attack.
Oh, he's got an opportunity. Good save from Onana yet again. Tagliafico wins it well. El Shaarawy, Ziyech, Bawadu looking for Neres. And he's got him as well. Neres, he'll come onto his left. Need something a bit more. Van der Beek, he's looking for the overlap. He's got El Shaarawy. There's a finish. 84 minutes. Finally, we break our deadlock. And it's Stefan El Shaarawy off the bench. We're starting to panic a little bit, but we show a bit of composure actually in that goal, and it's a well-worked goal. Neres cuts inside onto his left, gives it to Van der Beek. El Shaarawy's running through. One touch only to lay it off to him, and one touch to get the shot away. And it's a really nice goal. And thankfully, we're back in it now. And can we push for a winner? That is the question.
At 1-1. Before the cross could come in.
Boadu. Peters. Ziyech is trying to run in behind here, and we tried to find him actually. Don't know why I did that. Oh, it's a good interception from Peters, and he's going to storm into this little bit of space.
Well, they sense.
He's got Van der Beek overlapping. Needs someone at the far post. El Shaarawy run onto it. No one's there. And as we're into stoppage time, we've got one more opportunity here. Tagliafico comes out to Peters. Ziyech needs a run. Tries to find Peters. He's got him as well. Peters, over to Boadu. There's the winner. 93rd minute. Myron Boadu comes up big. And Ajax have stolen the victory from Feyenoord. They've led for most of the game, but they could not hold on when it counts. And the last 10 minutes, we've finally come into our own. We come up big when we need to and show that big game mentality. Well worked goal indeed, actually.
It's a great moment for the
Brilliant passing movement, and Boadu finds himself space. He should be marked. The marking is terrible from Feyenoord. It's a good finish in the end. Keeper isn't getting anywhere near it, and it is absolute limbs in the home end. The Ajax fans loving it. And what a comeback though. These 10 goals, he's level with the top goal scorer in the league, and he's having a good season for us, and he's come up massive there. What a time it is to reach double figures in the league for him. As the ref blows the full-time whistle, we was not at our best today, but we get the 3 points, and that is the most important thing. We were worried. I was worried, to be honest, as my manager shakes hands with someone who looks just like him. I was worried that we'd start to hit a bit of a bad patch in momentum and form as we went 1-0 down. Because to lose 2 on the bounce for us is quite unheard of. And as you can see by the stats, we didn't play very well. But the most important thing is we've won, and we've stopped ourselves going into a rut, which is always very important. As we go into that MN game next now, and it's going to be an important run of fixtures, as it already has started. We've got 2 injuries here. Tagliafico, wow, he's got a broken toe. He played on that game. He didn't get subbed off. He didn't have to get taken off. He played on, and apparently he had a broken toe. So there you go. And Tyne Coman is out for 3 weeks as well. So that is 2 massive blows. They're going to miss some big games. And wow, we have got it all to deal with. Certainly got it all to deal with now. Might have to recall someone back from loan actually to try and see ourselves through that, but we'll see how it goes. I swear I'm going to have a fiddle about with the team now, see what we can do with those 2 injuries, and obviously a lot of tired players as well. And I'm going to be back with you just shortly, guys. So welcome back, guys. I've just sorted the team out again. Lots of rotations, so many tired players ahead of this, and it's essentially 9 changes. So we'll see how this one goes. Sim this match away against FCMN. They're on a losing streak, as you can see, and we've maintained that this time around. Van Drongelen has to come off the bench in the 88th minute to save our blushes. But never mind, we've got the win, and that's the most important thing. And we'll quickly check the league table as it stands. After that, 13 points clear now of AZ Alkmaar. Of course, PSV and Vitesse with a game in hand if they can both win those games in hand. Although, I think they might have each other actually. No, they're not this week, but they do in the next game week. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to see. So yeah, we'll go ahead with that for now. 13 points clear so far, so good. I'm going to sim a few days and then do the training. We might have to have a look at, perhaps recalling someone back here from loan. As I said, still thinking about it. Haven't quite come to a decision yet, but it's going to be a tough one. Coman is of course injured, so might as well swap him now for someone. Just thinking of who to do it for, really. I guess I guess Van den Berg or Per Schurz would be a good decision, to be fair. They can really come into the team. Let's have a look. He's passing, defending. I guess we should do defending for him. Elsewhere, dribbling, not quite. Looking to get his dribbling into 80s. Again, trying to emulate that real Frenkie de Jong feel about Mike Peters. So we're seeing how that one goes. I might actually replace Mike Voss as well, because it just doesn't seem to be happening with him. We'll put Van den Berg in, trying to upgrade his defending as well. And we're going to go with that. But for sure, elsewhere, some promising signs in the training. And I must excuse myself. I think the shouting in that last game, my voice has gone a bit all over the place, and I think it sounds like it. So I do apologise for that. Meanwhile, I need to go and get myself a drink anyway, and we're going to simulate to this AZ game, and I'll be back with you, and we can talk through the team. So welcome back, everyone. The AZ game is upon us, and first of all, before we do get into it, might as well show you the team. I think that would be important. So if you have a look here, there's a couple of interesting developments, I guess you could say. First of all, Onana in goal, as always. Sepp van den Berg retains his place in the team along with Fosu Mensah. This is a partnership we haven't really tested out, if at all, this season. So we'll see how this one goes. Achraf Hakimi returns. Vindal, of course, keeps his place with Tagliafico's injury. Mike Peters back into the fold at holding midfield. Dusan Tadic this time in attacking midfield along with Donny van der Beek. This season he's predominantly played as a false nine, but as you can see there is a different person up front today. We've got El Shaarawy on one wing, David Neres on the other, and Arnaud Danjuma up top. Of course, playing a false nine role seemed dropping off a lot. Just something I wanted to try out, just to be different. I really want to try and fit all three of these into a system if possible, because they're all playing so well. Danjuma Groenewald, of course, having his best goal scoring season so far. He can play up front, as you can see. So I'm going to give it a go. Really hoping this pays off, because I think this could be something else that very well could be a pivotal turning point in the season in terms of, new positions and stuff and new systems. Boadu, of course, been playing really well, but as I say, just want to give him a go and see how he is. So this will be interesting, to say the least. Hopefully he can prove himself good enough to fill that role. So we'll see. Quick look at the table before we go into it. AZ Alkmaar currently 4th, fighting for a Champions League spot, Europa League spot as well. 7 points ahead of Feyenoord in 5th. So at the moment it's looking fairly comfortable for them to qualify for Europe. But they, of course, do have their sights set on even bigger things such as the Champions League. So it's going to be a big game. It's going to be a very tough game. One thing to look out for is they've conceded a lot of goals. 22 goals. The likes of, let's say, Groningen in 8th, etc. Level on the amount of goals conceded with them. So they could have a leaky defence. So hopefully we can exploit that today. We'll see how it goes. But enough talking. It is time to get into the action. So let's round off this run of games before transfer deadline day with our game against AZ Alkmaar.
Hi everybody, Martin Tyler here along with Alan Smith, welcoming you to this big game today. The match today is Ajax against AZ Alkmaar.
Here we go again then. Tough game. Hopefully we can come through. Keep the winning form going. Oh, he's got a bit of space on the edge. I don't like this at all. He's blocked first time. Rebound. And Anna claims that one easily enough.
Yeah, he seems to fill the goal.
Neres. Going to try and take control of this game by the scruff of the neck now. Neres looking for some movement, anything. Goes to Tadic. Groenewald back to Tadic. He'll go for goal. First chance for Ajax and first goal. It's been a poor first half for us. It hasn't been coming at all. AZ Alkmaar will be very frustrated that they haven't been able to take advantage of our poor performance. We've been unable to get it out of our own half for the predominant duration of the game so far, but we've taken it when it matters most. It's Dusan Tadic, this time playing in a deeper role. He's laid off by the forward, Danjuma Groeneveld. It's a good little bit of interchange there from the two of them. And that's his third goal in the league season. And finally, just before half-time, we break the deadlock. 1-0.
1-0 here. Maybe just missed kick.
Oh, Ashraf Hakimi intercepts there. It's not the best of balls. Looking for a Neres run. Didn't get it.
And that's half-time.
Right, well, that's half-time then. And it has to be said. We talked about it briefly as the goal went in. But a disappointing first half. And we're lucky to be coming in at 1-0 ahead. It's been one of the worst performances of the season. It has to be said. And if we go have a look at the match facts here and see what it's saying, really surprised by that 53% possession. That just doesn't seem right at all. We've lost the ball a lot in our own half, trying to play it out. But AZ have pressed well, to be fair to them. Give them credit, they press well, they mark well. But they haven't taken. They've had a couple of chances, they haven't taken them. Us, on the other hand, one shot, one goal, and that clinicality is very, very important. And it's why we'll win the game. So far, so good, but need to see improvements performance-wise in the second half. Tadic, Groeneveld. Got a couple of runs there, and he'll find Van der Beek, and he's through on goal here. Van der Beek can make it 2-0 shortly into the second half, and he has done so. 50 minutes gone. Donny Van der Beek, who's having the best season so far in this series for himself personally, adds to his tally for the season now.
Perfectly for him. Couldn't miss from there.
No, he couldn't.
And it's a really nice finish indeed. Good build-up play. He makes the run initially. I think it's Groeneveld who finds him. It all starts from El Shaarawy. Groeneveld drops off and then finds the run of Donny van der Beek, and it's a nice finish indeed. 5 goals in the league campaign for him and counting. Good season for him so far, and we've reacted much better in these first few minutes of the second half. 2-0.
But loads of potential with this lad.
Oh, good interception. And now we've got an opportunity to break. And Van der Beek get it to Neres? He can indeed. And what a situation this has developed into. David Neres needs options. The running isn't brilliant. And ended up going for goal, and it's past the post. It was really poor, to be honest. Groeneveld, when he's running in behind like that, he has to then peel off because he's level with Neres. And if he just keeps running along with the man in possession's run, it's not going to happen. It's disappointing.
The play.
Oh, Vandenberg, another brilliant interception.
Deep hole then. It was a great chance.
Comes to El Shaarawy from Peters' ball. It's a good bit of skill. Goes on his right this time. Oh, it's a save from the keeper. Can we get to the rebound? Not quite. Goes out for a throw-in. Good stuff, though.
What a stop.
Just a mistake, really.
Oh, poor from Onana. Not the distribution we were looking for. And he's forced into making a save, but the ref has given a penalty. It's Sepp Vandenberg who is penalised. And we'll have another look here. It was certainly off the ball. It was after he'd had a shot. And let's have a look. See if it was worth it. It's one of them. One of them.
It's a tactical substitution.
Difficult to say. I think it's a bit of a... You can't cancel out your the animation as soon as it's already happened. So, I don't know. Disappointing. And AZ have got to root back into the game now. Oh, and it's a good save from Onana. And we keep the clean sheet currently. Peters can't get it away though. AZ have another opportunity, but we dealt with it well, and it's a good save. Onana keeps it at 2-0. Brilliant switch. El Shaarawy over to Van der Beek. He's got runners in behind now. What a break attack this could be. Groeneveld finds himself through. One-on-one. Oh, what is he doing? Why has he done that? Ah! Jesus. Disappointing. A press shot, but for some reason he sort of lunged at the ball. And we've really cost ourselves another goal there. Groeneveld got space to drive into now, and he's got El Shaarawy overlapping. Got Tadic coming inside as well. He's taken a deflection, but Dusan Tadic will remain on the ball. He'll go for goal. Save. And we can't react.
Well, we're down to the
Perhaps he should have finished that one.
It's good attacking play.
Do we have one more opportunity here? It's a good ball. Neres driving forward now as extra time is almost at hold. Comes inside. Groeneveld. Keeper can't keep it out. 3-0. And Danjuma Groeneveld finally gets his goal. It's well deserved. He's had 2 assists this game, and he can add to the tally with a goal. 3-0 now. And that has been, in the second half at least, comfortable. comfortable. Very, very pleased in the end with how it has turned out. Neres driving down the line, and Grunewald, obviously not the best of finishes. Keeper has to save that, really. It's gone through his legs, but, you know, we don't care too much about that. It's a good day's work, and it will finish 3-0.
For victory, can't really be any comeback in the time that we've got left.
And there it is, full-time whistle. A comfortable victory in the end. First half, as mentioned at half-time, we were dodgy, you know, and it was quite worrying, despite the fact we'd gone into the break 1-0 up. But, you know, we've reacted really well in the second half, coming to our own, and we've got to be pleased with that overall. That man has embraced his role up front, and he'll certainly get more opportunities up there. 2 assists and a goal for today, involved in all 3 of them. 9.4 man of the match rating, and you know, we're very, very pleased with that indeed. So it will extend our lead at the top of the table for now, even more so because PSV have actually drew against Heerenveen, so that is very interesting, and we will come back to the league at some point in the next episode. For now though, we do have transfer deadline day. Not expecting much movement, to be honest, really just hoping that there won't be you know, big offers from our players that will sort of be essentially forced into accepting now. It's quite late in the window, and we don't really want to panic if possible as we simulate it down. Elsewhere, we'll have a look at the top transfer deals as well. I've seen that shortly ago that Nathan Ake has gone to Villarreal for about 25 million, quite a lot of money. Of course, that is important because we will be playing against them in the Champions League. We've had a loan offer for Tyne Koopmeiners. Of course, we're not accepting that. He's part of our first team squad. We've had a few for Van Drongelen in the previous episode, I think it was, or it might have been this episode. Can't quite remember now. If you remember, and it makes no sense whatsoever. Well, we're just going to loan out one of our top players. Interest shown in Sargankov, 35 million from West Ham. You know, we're not going to match that offer, I'm afraid. We're not looking to pay that sort of figure for players. And as we go down, we're coming down to 2 hours now, and it's looking good. It's looking like we might get away with this, you know, not having to sell any of our key players, and that'll be a really successful transfer window. There it is. Deadline day has ended then, and overall very pleased with that. We've kept the spine of our team, kept the core of the squad, and onwards to the rest of the season. We're looking strong, and I think we can definitely achieve something good. We'll go for a double yet again, of course. We have our sights set on perhaps even bigger though. Lost in the Champions League final. Can we go one further? It's a long way to go yet, and of course next episode we will have the first leg of the round of 16 against Villarreal, along with quarterfinal against Feyenoord. We play against them yet again, back-to-back episodes. So that'll be a big video, and I hope all of you will join me for it. For now though, we are going to round it off there. If you enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter using the Twitter handle at Bromo018. The link for that is in the description. And on that note, I'm Bromo18, and I'll see you soon.